Hello viewers, welcome to another interview segment with Somi, where I bring you inspiring stories from inspiring people. Join me as I welcome my guest on set. Good to have you on set.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Agena Obina Edoki, the CEO, Agena Royal Food, and also the pioneer coordinator, Noble Organic Achievers, Multipurpose Cooperative.
What's your cooperative all about?
Our cooperative is all about farming, agriculture. This farming is integrated farming. That's what we do. We are cooperative of about 144 technicians from different states of the southeast zone of Nigeria. This cooperative, we farm, we train people, we guide people, we go for extension services. Within us, we have agronomists, we have extension managers. Like personally, by profession, I'm an extension manager. So we do a lot of things to ensure food security in our nation, Nigeria. So we are out to guide people. Those things, those places and area where you find it challenging relating to farm are what we are interested with. So we give you all the necessary information that you need for your farm, and we raise people and then ensure you have the best of the best when it comes to farming. Thank you.
Okay. When it comes to farming, what type of farming do you specialize in? Is it organic farming or inorganic farming?
Like I said before, integrated farming.
Okay.
And this integrated farming is what you can also refer to as organic farming.
Okay.
That organic farming is where we don't think waste. We don't think that anything is useless, because we know that those things that you could think is a waste from a certain field of production is still very relevant and useful to another set of production. So what we do is that we bring those wastes from poultry farm, we make use of them in crop production. We bring those wastes that you could think is a waste from crop production to poultry farm and vice versa. So we don't think a waste, because a droppings, for example, a droppings from poultry farm is still useful when it comes to crop production. The droppings, that same dropping from poultry farm or droppings from fish farm is still what we use to culture maggots, that is still very useful for both animal production, fish farming, and so rest of them. So we don't think waste when it comes to integrated farming. Everything is useful as long as we are concerned. Thank you.
Talking about the organic farming, there are people that want to go into farm production, but they might not have the idea or the type of crop that can be grown organically, and they might be like they need to have a land before they can grow such crops. Are there other ways that farming can be done?
Yes. There are many ways that farming can be done. You know, when we talk about farm generally, the first thing that people think about is land. When we talk about crop production, that's the first thing people talk about. But technology has made it possible that we can farm even without a land. You can farm using sack bag. You can farm using a container, a bucket, or any container, sizable container. You can do it in your house.
And you have a great harvest.
You have a very wonderful harvest.
Wow.
Like when you come to yam, people think, you can only farm yam when you have land. But did you know it is even more easier to farm yam with a sack?
Wow.
Because it saves you the stress of only having it once in a year. You know, one of the things that this cooperative is all about is that the possibility of farming not regardless of season.
You teach people that aspect.
Yes. You know, a wise man says something. He said, hunger is not seasonal. He said, why should farming be seasonal? So when we talk about farming, people only think about a particular crop how long does it last? When should it be available? But with these technologies that are available for us, you can farm at any season. Just like the yam, yes, and get enough harvest. Just like the yam I was talking about. You, when you farm with sack, when it has to do with yam, did you know it will only take you 2 liters of water per day to farm a yam, and it will do very well. Organic farming, you don't think of how do I get fertilizer. Just like today, you know, our cooperative, we specialize in going into all of those rural areas. In Southeast here, what you can find when it comes to farm is smallholder farmers. And smallholder farmer cannot deliver the quantity of food that we need. So, and these people, they don't have enough information. They have only reduced it to, this is the season for this. This is the season for this. This is the season for that. And when it is that season, they go in for it. And you will be amazed that what they come out with is not anywhere to match to what they're supposed to get. It's not anywhere.
And organic farming is healthier.
More healthier.
Than inorganic.
More healthier. You know, a lot of people complain of many things today. Cancer, complain of diabetes, complain of many things. This and that is as a result of what we eat. You know, tracing it back, the first thing that man was attacked with is food. The first attack that man received was with food from creation. So you see, food, 95% of what people suffer is what they with their mouth. And that is why Noble Organic Achiever, we are out
to change the
narrative. Most of those things that we eat and it causes problem, we find out what is really the problem. The solution is there.
So that means people can go into villages, community to sensitize people. The people can call for your services to sensitize their people on organic farming and also train them step by step on how to achieve that. And also the marketing aspects. Tell us more about the marketing aspect.
Yes, the marketing aspect. When we say we are across Southeast states, we are not just training people on how to farm, but we give people the opportunity not just to farm, but how to market their product. We bring you before the marketers. We let you understand the marketable goods at the time, what you should be coming up with at the time. It's not just waiting for the season. You know, most of the time when you wait even for the season, you find that you sell even less than the effort you put in, because at that time it's in abundance. But when we bring in all of these techniques of farming, when to farm and when not to farm, you find that you don't struggle to sell. And aside that, we have what we call off-takers in our cooperative. You know, our cooperative, we partner with different NGOs. Specifically, AMSIN is a big name in Nigeria as a whole. And if I start to talk about AMSIN, I would talk about AMSIN and will not end. They have a lot of package.
Yes, we'll come to that. Okay, you've said so much about the marketing aspect. So I want you to tell us what are some, because there are farmers out there listening to you and they need to know what crops can be grown organically in these parts of the country.
Every crop that can be grown inorganically can also be grown organically.
Wow.
It depends on your mentality. You know, before now, what our parents, our fathers knew was organic farming. That was what they were raised, how to produce organically. But as time goes on, we start yearning for more technology. We want to have it in quantity. We want to have it in abundance. We don't want to go shortage of food and to have it instantly. That's what comes about this inorganic farming. And research also proved that inorganic farming has a lot of disadvantage than the advantage.
Okay, but can you give us some of the list of the products that people think cannot be grown here, but you can train people to grow such crops in this part of the country organically.
In this part of the country, southeast, we have always thought carrot cannot grow here.
Okay.
We've thought cabbage cannot grow here. We've thought green beans cannot grow here. Green pepper cannot grow here. Tomato cannot grow here. We believe there are certain kind of tomatoes that can grow here, that can grow in the north that cannot grow here. But it's not true. We have proven that carrots can also grow here. We have proven that cabbage can also grow here. We have proven that green beans can also grow here. We have proven that green pepper can also grow here. We have proven that sweet potato can also grow here. I can go on and on and mention. We grow them here. We teach people how to, because these are what we went out there to gather the information. We practice it by ourselves. We culture them by ourselves, and we see that it is very, very easy to grow them. It is very, very possible to grow them here in Southeast. So this is what we do. And this is what, in this part of the country, we spend a lot of money to import, to bring from the north, to bring from different places where we think that is the only way they can grow. But we can also grow it here.
Wow. You've heard from noble organic achievers that you can plant carrots, cabbage, green beans, you can plant sweet potato in the southeast. So right there where you are, looking at that empty land or looking at that space that you have in your house or around you, you can contact them to lead you all through the way in the farming, the marketing, with all the processes, and you have a bountiful harvest. So now, talking about, you've talked about crop production. What about animal production?
Yes, we also deal with animal production.
Okay.
Animal production in the sense that what we do in Noble Organic Achievers is providing people with the possibility of going into it with a minimal input to gain a maximum output.
Tell us about.
And that minimal input is that today, if we go to the market, we will find that feed for animal production is on the rise. Many farmers who are into poultry production, generally animal production, you find that many are struggling to really cope with the way things are going up. So, but in Noble Organic, we bring you all of those because it's just like what I said before, is integrated farming. And this integrated farming will make it possible for you to see the possibility of going into a farm with little. There are many other things that you can use to supplement your feed plan
for your animals.
Just like
that are organically produced.
Just like you talk about poultry production, the number one thing you should be thinking about in poultry production is the feed. But there are many things that you can use to formulate your feed. We have fat soya, we have corn, all of those things. You can have them from your local grinding places where people grind this, they take from their product what they think they need, and the rest they dump. You can get it from there. Just little things you can add to make it up to what you want. Because in feed you must balance the whole thing. In your feed you must make sure that all the nutrients that is required to give them growth that they need is contained. So we talk about banana peels. They are very useful. We talk about moringa leaf. They are very useful. We talk about pawpaw leaf. They are very useful. We talk about scent leaf. They are very useful. We talk about bitter leaf. They are very useful. And many other things. And then one of the things I keep telling people when it comes to farming is you must understand your prophylaxis measure.
Okay.
Prophylaxis measure. I said again, prophylaxis measure. We have a lot of people who go into farm. You know, in Nigeria here, or should I say in Africa here, you find people who go into things with the mentality of testing and fail. You cannot do that with farm. Because by the time you invest 10 million, you want to do testing and fail.
That's a
You may
great
end up
loss.
losing your 10 million while you are trying to test. But when you want to go into farm, you need to have adequate knowledge
Okay.
of what you want to go into. You need to know if you have somebody guiding you, you need to know who is actually guiding you.
Okay.
What information does that person have? And if you have decided that somebody should guide you, don't depend on online
Information.
what somebody wrote, you want to use it to test your farm. No, have somebody, a technician,
Physically
stand by,
present. Okay.
who should be guiding you time to time. And like I said again, prophylaxis measure, that is where people miss it.
Okay.
Like in poultry farm, I can raise a bird and possibly not losing one.
Wow.
When I mean a bird, thousands of them.
Because of the different
Because I understand the prophylaxis measures.
Okay.
And I follow it with accurate record and data. I know when they need this. I know when they don't need it. I know when they need water. I know when they don't need it.
Okay.
I know when they are on their heat. I know when they are not. All of these things are what you must put into consideration.
Wow. You've really said so much about the different benefits of organic product. I want you to tell the viewers the benefits of being a part of your cooperative and coming to be trained by your cooperative. Tell the viewers.
Oh, thank you. You know, coming to the benefits of being a part of Noble Organic Achiever, number one thing you will enjoy as a benefit is the training. Another like it is you are surrendered with people who are already a technicians. Establishing a farm is no longer an issue. You don't go with that fear of how do I go about this, because all the questions in your mind is what we are ready at any time to answer. Wow. The benefits is that you will not struggle to sell your product after production. We have what we call off-takers. That you produce today, you have your product ready, they will come, tell us how much did you sell, and we tell you this is what we buy. And they are not buying because they want to buy from ignorant person. They are buying from your data. Wow. Your production data, you bring it out. Wow. Your cost, everything you spend is there. Just like what I said, we will guide people from production aspect to the selling aspect. We have percentage of what you are supposed to add up. There's what we call markup. And so in that markup is what we carved out for your benefits. Okay. As it concerns your production and how often you go about it. So we don't give chance to anyone who comes to be a part of us. We don't just leave you on your own. We guide you to the end of your farm work. Thank you.
So are there rooms for partnership?
There are rooms for partnership, and this is what we call on everybody. You are joining us from around the world, every part of the world. We call on you to partner with us. Noble Organic Achievers are the best people you can partner with. You know, one of the highest commodity I keep telling people is trust. But here are people you can trust without your land. Trust without your resources. Trust without you have to make life better. We will guide you from beginning to the end. When you want to partner, maybe you want to have a farm anywhere, we are out. We can go anywhere to see that you have that business agro-business established, to see that you make something out of it. That is our work. We'll guide you to the end. You want to go into animal production, you want to go into crop production, we are available. There are a group of people you want to know more about what you want to go into. We are available. You can consult us. We can come and give you the required trainings. That is what we do. And in all of this is what you can get without much stress. That is Noble Organic Achiever for you.
Wow, you've thrown so much light in different aspects of farming, and you've made me to know that I can start farming with bags or with containers.
Yes.
I don't really need land to start
Yes.
farm. And to know that Noble Organic Achievers, cooperative can hold your hand in that farm business that you want to start, wherever you are in a part of the world and you want to go into farming. Noble Organic Achievers Cooperative is there to see you through and make you to have a bountiful harvest. Now as we wrap up this interview segment, what advice do you have to intending entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs?
Now, this is my advice to people out there. I want to tell you that Nigeria is so blessed. Nigeria is so blessed. We have all it takes to make life better. Before now, we have been shipping or exporting wealth out of Nigeria and importing poverty. But with you, this is the time to start exporting poverty and importing wealth. You are the wealth we are talking about. You are the money we're talking about. The company is inside of you. That farm is inside of you. The mentality of farmers being poor is no longer in today's world. You need to take it away from you. Where you think the only way you can make money is in oil company, it has failed. Where money is now is in farming. Lasting wealth is in farming. I tell you that as a farmer, you are a part of an honorable discipline, honorable profession that will leave a lasting legacy. Go into farming. It doesn't matter how small. You can do it with sack bag. You can do it starting with one bird. You can do it starting with one goat. You can do it starting with one fish. It is possible. You can use your bath, fill bucket to do it. It is time to change the narrative. Don't stay idle. Don't sit down looking for who will give you. There are opportunity when it is about agriculture everywhere around you. The limitations are no longer there. So beat your chest and take a bold step into agriculture. Thank you. God bless you.
Wow, thank you so very much. It was an insightful interview section with you. We appreciate. And I know you've learned so much from Noble Organic Achievers Cooperative on how you can go into organic farming. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Just contact them and start your agro business journey. I would love to see what you've learned in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and turn on your notification button so that you don't get to miss any of our interview segments. Thank you. Bye.